If you ain't first, you're last. Second place is just the first loser. The truth of the matter is, nobody remembers who came in second. This is the reality that I'm facing. But in order to understand where we are currently, you have to get the context of where we came from. Almost the entire year up until now, I've been ranked as the #1 point guard in NBA 2K24. I went on a legendary run of being absolutely unstoppable. Teamed up with Tutak, who was considered the #1 shooting guard, we were known as the two deadliest players to play the game. Our team was so good that we went on a streak of winning 25 straight tournaments, so much so to the point where people stopped signing up to play, and I'm not exaggerating.
Or every overnight, not every day, you know what I meant. Still. So, I don't know.
Like, they really wanted that, right? Oh.
Got his end, I'm out. He got his end.
Alright, well, yo, fellas, good game. You know what I'm saying? It was fun while it lasted.
I'm out just.
Yeah, I ain't gonna lie. Yeah, I will be. It's my last over, you know I'm playing. I ain't gonna lie, fellas.
I was one of the first people to really understand how glitchy you could be on a 6'6" build. And with the excellent pre-draft that I had, I was ready to come out and dominate post-draft. Coming into it, I had the #1 ranked player at every single position in the game. And you would think with the competition getting worse, we could only get better, right? Our team has so much hype around it that nobody wanted to see us and nobody even wanted to play us. It was looking like we had this thing under lock. We started off pre-draft with one of the easiest sweeps of my life, taking $500 off the #2 ranked team, and I thought it was only up from here. We absolutely breezed through regular season, and every team we matched up first, we seemed to be absolutely flooding. There were never close games, and it was pretty clear that no team was going to be able to mess with us. At least that is what I thought. It wasn't until we swept our way to the WR finals where we would match up versus Black Market that everything would change. Going into this series, I was 2-0 versus Joe Knows on the year, and I was pretty confident that with my team, we should have no problem beating them again. Me and the guys all understand how big it is to win that first tournament, and we wanted nothing more than to set the tone and let it be known that we were going to be a force to reckon with all year long. This is one of those series that everybody would have said that we should win, and even looking back on it, I'm still fascinated that we didn't. It's pretty easy to nitpick things like my point guard physically being unable to make a wide open shot, and overall as a team, our play was just unacceptable. But every dog has its day, and a broken clock works twice a day. So we would be naive to think that our run was over and to think that we were really going to start struggling in post-draft just off of one season. Keep in mind, we have been so dominant, and finishing second still isn't that bad if it's only a one-time occurrence. Even the 73-9 Warriors lost 9 games, right? So of course, it's natural that we cannot win everything. We're still the best team, and we're still going to win the majority of these events, right? Getting back into the seasons, we picked right back up where he left off, absolutely dominating the entire MPBA gauntlet, getting to the finals again after sweeping through the entire playoffs, only to face Black Market once again. This was an opportunity for us to show that the last series was a fluke, to reassert our dominance and let people know that we would be a force to reckon with. But I swear to y'all, it's almost like I had deja vu to the point where I don't even know what to do. Our point guard absolutely struggled again on offense, but this time it was even worse as they made an example out of him, picking on him every single defensive possession. Joe Knows and Black Market took advantage of the fact that we had a 6'2" build with no defense on the court, and they involved him in every single pick and roll scenario, cut, backdoor, you name it, they did it, and they made his life a living hell. We ended up losing to Black Market yet again. And yes, we had won a little bit of a smaller tournament before this, but this was 2 back-to-back major leagues that we had gotten all the way to the finals to come up short by 1 series. We didn't assemble this team to occasionally win events. No, we have some of the best talent on the game, and we assembled this team to win every single event possible. And being that we were constantly making moves at the power forward position, we were just seeking answers. After our point guard showed that his struggles weren't just a fluke and losing to Black Market back-to-back, we decided to cut our point guard and center and pick up 2 other highly rated players in Tutak, who was my pre-draft duo, and Stexels, who was known as the top center. And this struck a lot of fear in people's hearts. I'm telling you guys right now, people were saying that we were ruining the game, that this move that I had made was corny. It was one of those things where people just absolutely didn't want to play us. This team right here was deadly. We began to win a lot more. We were breezing through playoffs, and it almost seemed like nobody even had a chance of stopping us. We got to the MPBA Mid-Season Invitational Tournament Finals and matched up versus Black Market yet again, but this time they forfeited. They also forfeited the dunk playoffs, and that put a lot of confidence in me knowing that the only team that had beaten me up to this point got to the point where they were forfeiting instead of playing this team. I just thought for sure This was the moment where we put it all together. And that's what brings me to tonight, the LOA Finals. We got all the way to the LOA Finals yet again, breezing through the playoffs, but this time, we didn't have to see Black Market on the other side. The third major league that's happened up to this point, and for the first time, we don't have to play the only team that's been able to stop us up until this point. Black Market had actually took a loss to the team we were slated to play, and that meant that there was no excuse for us to lose anymore. There's literally no way we lose, right? And that's what I thought and everybody else on the team thought. There's no way we lose this series. Yet somehow, some way, we found a way to mess up everything and lose yet again. I even had a fully efficient 40-point game that we ended up losing. The tensions have been high. None of us decided to play together because we were best friends. We decided to play together because we wanted to win everything. And the truth of the matter is, that's just not happening. It's one thing to just get outplayed, but it's another to lose games off just dropping them or players not doing their job. The little things that a team of this caliber should never be doing. The reason I'm most frustrated is during an elimination game, the game where I had 40 points, our team thought everything was funny. Everybody just started giggling as if we weren't playing for money.
And oh my God, they gave up a 3. Oh!
Damn, Sticks. I was like, come on.
Come on, we need a 3. Ah. Well, there went the fun.
Like as if loading up, wasting our time, going through all these seasons, grinding all these playoff games, all the way to get to the end and lose is just some sort of joke. And here we are again, finishing second place in the LOA Finals. The constant theme that's been going on, second place. The joking brought out a different type of internal rage. And I understand that losses happen and we're not going to win everything. It's one thing to lose, it's another thing to just joke and laugh as it happens. I'm loading up the game to win. I don't load up to lose. And when people think that losing is a joke, it makes me question if I even want to play for this team anymore. And that's where we currently are. And just being completely transparent with you guys, I am beyond tired of finishing second. I'm tired of being one step away from making all this money, and in reality, we're coming up short every single time. There's about 7 more months until NBA 2K25 comes out. There's so many more tournaments. There's so much more seasons, and there is so much more money to win. Do I want to continue to try working it out with this team, even though it doesn't seem like we care, it doesn't seem like our mental's there? Do I want to grind and work harder and keep growing and getting better? Or do I want to take my talent somewhere else and maybe play with a group of more inspired individuals? Maybe not a group of individuals that's as talented, but just more inspired and want to win more than anything. At this point of the year, it's March, and at the end of the day, the skill gap is getting thinner. Everybody's good at the game now. So it comes down to what team wants to win more. You can't just load up and not care. The team that cares is going to win 9 out of 10 times. So the question is, do I want to stay with this team or do I want to take my talents elsewhere? I guess only time will tell.